Hey everyone, here's an update with the latest things that I've been doing to the layout. Last time on the video I promised there'll be some scenery down with everyone being, I guess, locked down or whatever, however you want to put it, because of this virus. I've got a lot of time to do things. Excuse me, no sports on TV to watch, so whether I'm in the mood or not, I've been out here working on the layout. So let me show you what I've been doing. As you can see, there's greenery out there now. I can't remember if I told you guys, this track right here in the foreground is going to blend in with the scenery, but this is actually serving a function. It is my program track for the DCC trains. What I did is make it look like the spur was, the switch was taken out. You know, see the main line goes down and I got it to look like this. You see the track coming through the concrete there. But this is going to be my programming track for the DCC engines. Like I said, I just wanted to blend it into the scenery. Didn't want to have, well, when I'm leaving it on space also, otherwise I might have put it down somewhere else. Excuse me. So I put ballast down. What I did, I have Kato ballast for the Kato track, and you can tell a color difference in the main line as opposed to the sidings. And the last layout, what I did is I tried to salvage as much scenery as I could. So this stuff here on the two sidings here has a lot of grass mixed in it. What I ended up doing is I scraped it up and I put a clean bag in my shop vac and vacuumed up all I could. Then I took a sifter and sifted out any big stuff. So this ballast has grass mixed in it, as you can see that. So I put the Kato over here, which is a cleaner, and you know, there's a distinct difference in what the main line looks like compared to sidings. One thing I'm kind of kicking myself about is I got in a hurry, and once I got the track down, I left it. I didn't want to take it up. I should have sorted through my track a little better. As you can see, like down there, that one piece of track is black. That was, I think, was part of the coal yard. As I continue building my layout, I'm going to take time and sort out the track so that the track on the main line looks better than sidings, instead of having this goofy looking stuff down there. Once I got it down, start putting scenery, I said, the heck with it, I'll just live with this section. So down here I've got a few buildings. I added a couple more. One thing that happened on the layout here, this track street running section, right here, and probably about 6 to 9 inches down the street, the plaster was a little bit too high. My engine fuel tanks were bellying out on that and it wouldn't run well, so I had to dig that out of there and repaint it. They're running through there fine now. The other things that I did, I had a tower crane that was on the old layout, and let me change this a little bit. This thing was on the old layout. I scratch built this, back up, using plastruct material. I just thought tower cranes were pretty cool, and I scratch built the building under construction. So I thought it's a nice little piece for the scenery in there. Now you will notice there's a smaller crane down here. What I did with that is basically I kit bashed it. The cab on this thing is the cab from a Kato yard tractor. I'm looking over my shoulder. Okay, here it is. one of these things. And you know, if you look at some of the older cranes like that, the cab is kind of offset. So I took that tractor there, took some plaster up material, made me some outrigs. The piece with the boom on it was one of these backhoes. So I took the bucket off, used some plastic material, and made my boom for the crane. I think it turned out pretty well. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. So I got a couple cranes working on the building going up. My overpass, I was going to try to salvage the overpass, one of the overpasses from the old layout, and it didn't work out too well, so I had to take some balsa wood and put this thing together. I'm not 100% happy with it. The abutment, these things here are part of Rick's products, so I was able to use those. There's a few little blemishes on the side. I don't know, I might go ahead and live with them, but for now it'll do. The scenery here, trees, all of this stuff was on the old layout. The trees were. The ground foam and things like that is all woodland scenic. I have a bunch of that stuff around. I wanted to put a fence up. I have this stuff, this ribbon. Got the idea. It's not an original idea. It's not my original idea, okay? There's a guy I follow. His name's Steve. I haven't seen him on in a while. But he came with this ribbon that you get at, I don't know, Hobby Lobby, different places. And this stuff here kind of looks like chain link fence. Like that. And I might end up using this in different spots, like around here, around the businesses, down here, in a few spots. One of the other things is, made a list of stuff I wanted to talk about. Oh, I've been working on my lift out. There it is. It's installed. Some of the styrofoam I talked about in the last one, packaging that I think my daughter got some supplements or something, and it was delivered in cold packs, and these things were nice and square. So I took my hot knife and cut them and put them in there. I'm going to cut this down at an angle on both sides. There'll be some water in the middle. I wanted to use the bridge from the last layout, but it's too long. Didn't realize my walkway through was that much bigger on the last layout than this. So I'll come up with some sort of bridge to put those together. I have this can down here on the end of the main line because I'm going to run a train down the main line and one down the street so you can see it run. And then that'll be the end of this video. I think that's all I wanted to talk about as far as that goes. Let me get set up here. Okay. So I'll leave that truck on the track. It's not in the way. So you'll see this Indiana Railroad come down the track. Zoom in a little bit. I'm liking the way this is coming together. It's looking pretty good. I'm using DCC right now. Let me see, I got these cans of paint down here so I don't take a swan dive off the end of my layout. It's not fun. Things like that happen. But it looks pretty good, huh? If I must say so myself. Alright, so let me change this and go down the street here. Not too bad, huh? Now someone asked, was I planning on doing a lot of switching on this layout? Since this is not very big, compared to the other layout that I had, there will be a little more switching on this than the old layout. As a matter of fact, when this train street runs, it is actually going to that chemical plant back there in the corner. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oops. And you see those columns back there. And I think I might put a grain elevator or something else back there in the corner. And that's what they will be doing, going back there. So as the layout goes, the building continues, there'll be other spurs on different spots, but I'm still going to try to stick with a single main line with sidings. And I'll have a few industries that will get service. Just so it's just not boring, just running around in circles. So, until the next video, stay tuned. It might be coming a little faster than I normally work because there's nothing else to do. Hope you enjoy it. Give me some response. Let me see what you think. It doesn't matter what you say, just tell me what you think about it. Heck, I can take criticism pretty well. And a lot of you guys have good ideas, so I like to hear what you have to say about it, okay? Have a good one, fellas, and stay safe out there. I don't want to hear about anybody getting sick. I'm staying at home. You guys stay at home. Have a good one.